There is a time and a season for everything under the sun, including grace. We're going to focus on grace today. There is a time and a season even for grace. So we know that the Lord, just Christians, right? We know Christians are called to forgive as Christ forgave us. But even with grace, sometimes it's easier to give out your forgiveness, right? Because maybe what somebody has done against you or has said about you was something minor, and it's something it's easy for us to extend grace, right? But there are instances and there are cases where somebody's sin against us has impacted us in a negative way, right? Has affected us in a negative way, where there is some type of damage there is some type of there's a harm there to that relationship, to that friendship, to that marriage, whatever it is, right? And now, because of those effects, right, now we have to allow ourselves to be healed, right? As well as we have to also allow space for the other person, that the Lord would be able to work on them, right, in their season of life. But when we are affected by somebody else's sin, a lot of the times the Lord has to heal us, and he has to be the one to heal us, right? In the seasons where the Lord is bringing us healing and he's restoring us, right? He's restoring us back to our old selves, right? Some of us maybe have, again, we've dealt with certain damages or certain traumas and things from our past, where now the Lord has to restore not only our lives, but ourselves, right? Because our character, or maybe we have been attacked in a certain way, where maybe this is where people have anxiety or depression and they bottle up and they close up, right? So the Lord has to do an intricate work within that person, right, to restore them and to bring this restoration to that person's life. This season where the Lord is doing that healing and where he is doing the restoration, this is the season that is extremely important and vital, because now, in order for there to be grace, the Lord has to do a work within that person who was crucified by the other person, if that makes sense. So we have to be able to discern the season that we're in, right? So if somebody has sinned against us and they have harmed us in any way, right? And the grace is not easy. It's not as easy to give, right? We have to allow the Lord to pour into us so that we would be able to pour back into others. Okay. So even in this, even with grace, there is a time and a season for everything. And we have to make sure, we have to be able to discern, is it a time to forgive right now? Or is this a time and a season for me to be isolated with the Lord, to allow him to heal me, to pour into me, so that way I would be able to give grace and pour out into others.